All right, good morning, everyone. I want to believe you've been having an amazing time, from the day we started. Definitely, we would be ending this tomorrow, okay, because we won't be able to take it through to Friday like I planned earlier. I need to make a trip, and then it won't be possible for me to hold a stream, from there. All right, so, but we are still going to have a very amazing time today. I'm going to be picking up trades more than just analyzing like we did yesterday. We've set a very good foundation on the first day. Yesterday we talked about the technical things that are important. Of course, yes, we might still need some time to build on some of these things, but we've already touched the basics. All right, so I strongly believe that we are fine with that for now. Now, today, today we would be analyzing pairs directly with an intention to possibly look at where they are, and then if you were to take trades, if you were to, let's start from GBP USD. I think this was the last trade we analyzed yesterday, and then of course I shared the expectation on the trade, and amazingly, if you can remember very well vividly yesterday, this was what the setup was looking like. And then I was saying that the trade had the potential to give about, if I can remember, I think about 70 something pips. It had the potential to give us about 70 something pips. Of course, it did. Muna, I don't know. Did you take the trade, Munachi? I could remember yesterday you were the one who told me to analyze this particular trade. And then I said at the close of the H1 was going to be a good time to take a sell. And it was right here then. So at the close of this candle, if anyone had been into this trade, price actually, we're expecting 70 pips, and I said for those who wanted a short term could take 50 pips or thereabout. And you can see how it really just played out, And then price got back to created a support now. So price did this, got to this point. So what would be your expectation again? If you decide to look at it this way again, the same thing is still very likely going to repeat itself. At the close of this candle in the next 22 minutes, it's still going to be another opportunity to take a sell trade. And where would you be selling to? There are two levels. You can sell to this point, or if that's too nearby, you can just take a confident sell back to back to this point. So assume this candle closes this way. Let's assume it closes this way. If you take an entry now, the potential for this trade now is going to be 50 pips, right? And then your stop loss obviously above that level. This is too wide. This is about 30 pips stop loss. I would rather not. Personally, I won't take this trade. But if you are using a small account, it might still be a good entry for you. Then we looked at Euro JPY also. This has been very, very bullish. You can see how the structure is actually playing out. These charts were drawn. I think we drew all this yesterday before all these movements started happening, and you can see how. Let's drag this into the future. Just want to see how responsive those your levels are. This is how you get to know if you have drawn the right thing or not. You can see how they still get to play out. Always understand that you are looking out for the break, the retest of this support resistance levels, right? Before you are able to make your entry. You make your entry with the candlestick confirmation, right? When you see if you're trying to take a buy from a market that has been on the sell trend, obviously you want to wait for you know candles that are showing you that yes, the market is about to reverse in your direction. I think we're anticipating a sell here yesterday, and I said that at the close of the H4 candle, which was this particular H4, I think the price was here at that time. Price was here, and I said that I would expect that we already had this close. We're on this. We're here at that time yesterday. If you look at the time down there, 24th November. Yeah. So if you look at this time, this was when we were having the stream yesterday, and I was saying that I would rather wait and then expect that this candle closes bearish, that until it closes bearish before I would take a sell. So eventually I didn't shoot the sell because why? It didn't close bearish. So that gave more room for this push to the upside. And obviously, where should we be expecting price at this time? Obviously, price should be heading back to this level. Price should be heading back to this very level. Price is coming back to this level. Then if the bush continues, we'll have a situation like this. And then price continues to go in this direction. All right, so to today's chart now. So let me start from Euro JPY. I said if you want to take your trade, if you're looking out to take a trade for the day, where do you start from? What's the first thing you look out for? You go up to your daily time frame. So sorry, please. All right, so this is going to be how I would try to analyze this trade. If I want to trade Euro JPY today, and we've said that based on structure, we are able to understand that what price broke through this level and started creating lower lows, right? We already have price already started creating what lower lows. You can see this level. So we're expecting that the next push should actually take price, at least creating a new low. All right. So what are we going to be looking out for? Not forcing the market. This may not be ready today. All right. It may not be ready today. How do I know that? Basically with experience. If you look at this level for an example, and we're on the daily time frame, you can see how many days it took before the actual sell really happened. These two candles actually make up the real sell. but we had price coming back to kiss this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 days. So uh, based on the time frame we are on, I won't be expecting that this would happen today. Okay, so we may have price still, pushing to the upside. You know, this is why some people get trapped in trade at the time, and they're like, oh, I know that it's meant to sell, but is the sell ready yet? That's another thing you need to always figure out. You need to be able to learn to wait. Okay, you need to be able to learn to wait, because this sell today is already Wednesday. This sell may start, it may be from tomorrow, or we can't tell. But nevertheless, I'm going to mark it out and then start watching closely. Okay, so let me go down to H4 now to bring it closer home. All right, good. So on H4, you can see what price is doing here. I'll need to readjust this to fit more. All right, good. So on H4, we already have this candle showing us exhaustion of this level. All right, we already have this candle showing us exhaustion of this level. This candle is yet to close, so we really can't, really can't, really can't tell how it's still going to close. But presently, it's looking bearish, showing that what there's a rejection of price at that level. Okay, so we can still go over to H1. Okay, good. H1 is going to close in 13 minutes. Still going to help in making up my mind to know, okay, what am I going to do? What would be my expectation? All right. So based on H1, I see a smaller level here. I just want to mark out all the levels, points where I'm expected to take entries into the market. The thing is this: sometimes you may miss out. You may miss out from the major point of sale. Like you may miss out from selling at this point. But since I've already marked this out, so I know that okay, my next expectation is that what I can still take the trade from here. I can still take a sell entry from here and sell. Where would be my next opportunity to sell to? Don't forget, I'm expecting that what the structure, though it's been creating highs here, but based on the higher time frame, I'm expecting a rejection of that level. So I'm expecting that what this structure will begin to create lower lows, you know. So I'll be wanting to take the sell. This is where I want to take the sell to. But obviously, this trade is not ready yet. But this is my markup for this chart. Hopefully, it happens maybe next week or whatever. I'll save that. You go on. Let's say, for an example, let's look at BTC USD. Let's look at Bitcoin and see for ourselves what the expectation should look like. Again, I'll go over to the daily time frame. All right, if you're following me so far, please can you please type a one? I need to be sure if I'm actually communicating. You're getting it so far. Can you get a one? If you're not really getting it, or someone said the audio is not audible enough. I'm not sure that's from my end though. Oh, thank you. So since we're on the right path. Awesome. We're on the right path. Okay, great. So let's look at BTC USD today and try to understand. Oh, the audio is making noise, sort of. Oh my god. Sorry.
Is it better now, or could it be the sound of the generator? Is there a difference in the audio now? Is it better? It's better. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. All right. So let's look at Bitcoin and try to see where it is, what should be the expectation. So it's clear that from this point, we've been having the structure has been creating new highs. From this point, you know, clearly we started having, the uptrend, you know. So clearly the trend has been brrr. Guess what? When you see a commodity go up in this order, it's going to fall back in the same order. If it goes up so fast, expect it to come down so fast. Because why? Price needs to come back and retest all the levels. All the levels it's failing to test. Price would come back definitely, and still come back to check them up. So I want to look out for the region of importance. Like, we need to find out. That's a minute. Let me use the weekly time frame. So, okay, good. Sometimes it's going to be difficult if you're on a particular time frame to actually, see into the past, because if you can look at this clearly, there won't have, if I was on the daily time frame, I wouldn't have been able to see the point where to expect, the next, what's it called, resistance point to expect. So the best way to have been able to get that, to look so deep into the past and yet seeing the present, is to go on my weekly time frame. Okay, so the first level of markup I want to do is just to mark out that level. All right, so which is here, that's 19.1. So one of two things is this is the all-time high for Bitcoin. All right. This for those who are buying Bitcoin, and trying to store, it's already too late. It's already too late because when it starts falling, guess what? This is the order. It's coming. Price is coming back here, and you can see it has failed to retest this level. This 11.1, 11.83 region. So price is going to happen so fast, just the same way it's happening. It's going to happen so fast. For those who are trying to buy Bitcoin, this is already too late a time. But of course, for those who are leverage trading, you might still be able to make some pips, here there from buying. But I'm already switching my mind and expecting the sell-off. Okay, switching my mind, expecting the sell-off because definitely it's going to happen. Price is currently at the resistance point, a very strong resistance point. One of two things will happen: either price breaks above and then creates a retest, possibly. If it doesn't, it may still just keep going. I won't be interested, right? Because when you are a technical trader, you need to understand that you don't just trade because price is buying. No, you need to ensure that your bias or your basis of entering a trade, which is the fact that support and resistance levels are being met, demand and supply levels are being met. You're looking at price action, you're looking at the candlesticks, how are they closing? Are they closing bullish? Are they closing bearish? When you are seeing all of these conditions being met, all right, that's when you go into trades as a technical trader, all right? That's when you go into trade as a technical trader. So this is what Bitcoin looks like. We might see price, creating wicks around the 20K region or thereabout. But definitely, it may even go higher, but definitely there's going to be a crash very, very soon in the price. Let me look at what pair are you trading today? If you can share, so we look at them together. Let me look at USD JPY while I'm waiting for. Let me do Euro USD first. Euro USD. I need to take trades today. Or GJ. Network is getting tired. Okay, good. This is Euro USD. I'll go to the daily time frame for this one. I don't need to go that deep. Obviously, if you look at this, I'm going to need someone to tell me what's happening on the daily time frame right now with what you're seeing on Euro USD. We talked about this yesterday. So I'm going to need somebody, please, don't fall my hand. Somebody needs to tell me what's going on. Somebody needs to tell me what's going on. When we're looking at this structure, what can you see? When you're looking at the structure, what can you see? Awesome. Yeah. This is a clear consolidation, right? price is just ranging within a zone. Now, this is not an uptrend. From this point, look at the point, Joyce. From here, sorry. Price is actually within a particular zone. It's consolidating, yes. This is consolidation. When price is not creating a significantly new high, right? It's not creating a new high, neither is it creating a new low. It's just ranging within a level, okay? Look at it this way. Price is just ranging within a level. This is clear consolidation, okay? No new high is created, no new low is being created. Price is just ranging within a level, all right? This is clear consolidation, okay? So when you are in a consolidation, I said the primary focus most times should be on the trend that led to that consolidation point, okay? So you want to, if you really want to be scalping in a consolidating market, it's easier for you to scalp, you know, in this case now, an uptrend led to this consolidation. You want to be scalping the buy opportunities. Where would you be finding the buy opportunities? Definitely, they will be at where? The buy opportunities, you'll be finding them at the support areas. That's where you'll be finding the buy opportunities. That doesn't mean you can't take sell opportunities, but if you're not skilled enough, you don't know where to put your stop loss, you may get kicked out, you know, very easily. So that said, let's look at, we've seen this market now. Let me see if I can get a trade opportunity, you know, today, because we need to make some money. As a day trader, many a times what you're looking for is just 30, 40 pips. You know, you're not trying to make the whole money that is in the market. All right, so let's see. Okay, so clearly now, what can we see on H4? Price has broken. This is where price is coming to actually 1.19428. 1.19428. So with where price is, of course, we're going to need to wait for this candle to close before we make any decision, right? You wait for the candle to close before you make a trade decision. And then your mission will be to just take, it still has about 50 pips. If you are taking a very early entry, it has about 50 pips, you know, to give. And that's quite good. So we can look out for an entry on this time frame now. Let me come here to look for an entry on the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, I think I've been able to spot an entry. If you don't understand what I'm doing, please let me know. So because we came a little late to the party, I'm going to wait for this 30 minutes candle to close. That's about 26 minutes. Of course, some people would take an entry right now, right? Expecting that this level should hold, even though price is currently not showing. Yeah, good. Based on 15 minutes, I'm sure this is a good opportunity to take an entry. So I'm going to take an entry right now, and then I'll put my stop loss just beneath this week, right? I'll put my stop loss beneath this week, and let's see how that goes. Okay, good. I just took a buy for Euro USD. Yes. Then my my entry is 1.19066. Then my stop loss is going to be just beneath this week. That's how many pips? All right, so it's just, I'll use a 10 pip stop loss here. I'll use a 10 pip stop loss. That's at 1.18973. And then my expectation for this trade would be here. That's about 35 pips, okay? About 35 pips. So that's like 1:3. It's a good trade for me. So my take profit is going to be set at right over here. That's where I put my take profit. And then my stop loss is already set at 10 pips. So let's just see how that goes. No pressures. Should there be an explanation on why I felt this trade could go our way? Was the fact that price had broken through a level, came back to retest the level, and then on this time frame you can see the reaction for price. This new level was broken also. These candles came back to retest. If you look at this 30 minutes candle, the one that closed before the one that is running now, closed as a rejection candle, and price just pushing down, but eventually price pushed back up and closed above the level, which is above this previous support and resistance point. So let's see how that goes. It's a good trade in my opinion. Understand the fact that you are not, you can't force the market, so you won't have an of course everybody loves to win at every time, but you're not going to win every trade, okay? You need to understand that the more you do it, the better you become, and then the more you increase your probability of winning trades, okay? So let's look at one more pair. Let's look at GBP. No, I don't want to look at GBP pairs. What pair? Anybody recommend a pair? Oh, GBP JPY. Let's look at that first. So the same thing I'm going to do. I'll start from my daily time frame. You don't want to get lost or trapped in the very low time frames. Okay. And right over here, what does it look like the market is doing? I can see clear. I think this is an uptrend from this point. I don't know if anybody sees it that way. So we're expecting a higher high. Definitely, we're expecting that price comes back here. I hope you're following, please, everyone. There's no magic to this thing. This is how we do it. Just easy and nice, easy and nice. If you took the EU trade, I think we're up about 3 pips now. So it's looking like this is a good trade. Oh, nice, good. I'm glad you guys are following. So look at Euro JPY. So this would be our expectation, right? It's clearly an uptrend. You can see our price. This was the impulse, the retracement, the new impulse, the retracement. So we're expecting price to push through to this point, okay? Okay, so let me mark it out closely now. Okay, good. So it's either price breaks above this level or comes back to the test, but ultimately price is coming here with what the chart is currently showing. Price is coming over here. So let's go down to H4 and see what we have in there. Okay, good. So it seems like price is about to come back to this level. All right, this is the next level for price based on this time frame. This is the next level for price. And if this level should break, if price should push beneath this level, right, then you can short it back. You can take a sell back to, either down here or you stop here. Let me mark that out. So you don't attempt to catch all the move. It's not always the best thing. Catch long moves, no doubt here, but trying to catch everything to the very last peep, no, that's not the best. So if we have this, good. Based on the closure of this H4 candle, look at this. This is a strong. Let's look at this together. You guys will need to watch the video I did on candlesticks and how the kind of message they actually give. Okay. Look at this. This is a strong bearish pattern. This particular candle we're seeing, and then we're having the candle. It's happening at a key level. All right. The candle is forming at a key level. And look at this candle and this candle look almost alike, right? They look almost alike, right? And they are strong bearish confirmations, right? They are showing you that, yes, even though the structure is saying it's an uptrend, but when price got to this resistance level, price was rejected, okay? So that may say that what we may have, because of this, we may have price pushing all the way back down to this level to come and gather up more strength, right? Before it actually then pulls through. We may have price coming down that direction, before it actually comes over to pick more strength. All right. Yeah, I'm glad everyone is able to look at these things and and understand them. All right, so for me now, even though what's happening? So even though it's looking like a sell party, for GBP, right now, I'm not going to take this trade, jump in right now, because it feels like we came a little bit late to the chart. It feels like we came a little bit late. The next thing we can now start doing is, let me go over to a lower time frame to see if what's happening there is still good enough for us to make entries. Okay, fine. I love this now. I love this. Look at this clearly. GBP is actually going to sell back to this level is starting now with what I'm seeing on this time frame. Look at a minor level right over here. And you can see this is a strong bearish candle, right? From that level on this H1, You can see pushed already. Price has now broken this level, this minor level, and this is a retest of that level. This particular candle that is forming is a retest of that level. Okay, if price closes this way, then what will happen is this: a sell is going to, price is going to push all the way down here. But before we conclude, let's look at 30 minutes also. Let's see what's happening on 30 minutes time frame. Don't forget, you are not making a trade decision based on a lower time frame like M15 or M30. Your bias is actually coming from what you've seen on the higher time frame. Okay, here you only came to confirm. So what we're trying to do now is we're looking for an entry because the higher time frame has already told us what price will be doing. Okay, so one thing is a thing you can do right now is just wait. This is GBP. What I tried on Euro USD going over to 15 minutes time frame, I'm not going to do that with GBP JPY. Okay, GBP JPY is more volatile. Of course, some people do, some people go as low as 15 minutes on GBP JPY, but I'm not going to try to do that. Okay, so this candle needs the next 14 minutes to be able to close. The next 14 minutes for it to close. So we're going to wait patiently to see how it closes. Of course, if you are what's it called? If you are trading a smaller account size, or you could have made an entry at the close of this candle and the retest here. At this retest, then where would you put your stop loss? You put your stop loss right above this particular candle. Conservatively, if you took an entry right here, you can put your stop loss above this candle. Wow, that's about 17 pips. On the other hand, you can put it above this level. That would be about 40 pips. It doesn't make sense. 40 pips stop loss. I'm not sure it's not making sense for me. I won't take that kind of trade. Okay, so the waiting game now. We have 13 minutes more to wait for GBP JPY before we are certain of what to do right over here. Okay, the video on the candlesticks and the story to tell. I know it's on my channel, right? But I will try and look for the link and possibly drop it on the Pips Mastery group. All right, so you're welcome. So let's consider USD JPY, or what pair should we consider? Let's do USD JPY. Nice. I love what I see already. But then you still have to go back, kick off your search from here. This is dope. So mark out your levels. Sometimes these things can be tricky, but always be swift enough to correct yourself when you figure that you've done something wrong. Clearly, what can we see here? Downtrend, right? Lower low, lower low, lower low. So expectation is what? We should have what? A lower low. This is our expectation. That price should actually come back to where? This level. This is where we're expecting price now. So let's do this. Okay, so then you go to lower time frames. This is how you know when your levels are properly drawn, honestly. It will make sense even when you switch time frames, right? It will still make sense. It may not be absolutely perfect, but it's safe to take sales down to it's safe to take sales down right over here. That's about how many pips? That's about 24 pips, you know. This is a cool trade. Looking for entries now. What do? Mark out this minor level. Obviously, the level has been broken and then it's currently being retested. So the level broke, right, with these candles. It's being retested. And at the retest of the level, once the retest is completed, you could either wait, if you're trying to be very, very safe, you wait for a bearish candle that now reconfirms the sell momentum, then you shoot your sell. Shoot your sell right over here. Look at this place. When you see a scenario like this particular region, let me mark it out. When you see a region like this where price just pushed up so hard, no retest, no nothing, free push, the fall is going to be the same. It's going to be free fall. It's going to be a free fall, very likely a free fall back to this level. Once price is able to push through that level, expect the free fall, just like the push was so massive, strong, and all. The fall will be very, very likely the same dimension. Okay, Euro USD trade is currently being threatened. But we wait, we watch. Are there questions as we begin to round off today's lessons? We've been able to analyze BTC USD, USD JPY, GBP JPY, Euro JPY. So good. All right. So you see what's happening on Euro JPY now. That level is about to be broken. The level is about to be broken. And what does this mean? It means JPY is strong. So you can see similar experience where I've been on USD JPY. Okay. On GJ, on the other hand, too, we're having, so it seems JPY is strong across board. Seems JPY is strong across board. You know, so we should be anticipating a sell right over here also. We have 4 minutes to go. So let's see what the next 4 minutes presents to us. Especially for this one. Once you made your analysis, honestly, there's nothing to be afraid of. You already have an expectation for where the price is going to. Price will definitely go to go. Back test all of these things we've talked about. Go and look at previous charts. Try to see how price ranged, how it moved from one place to the other. Weeks. Try to understand weeks. Try to look at candles. You know, try to look at everything and see what information did they pass across, you know. So if you are taking that aggressive entry right over here when price retraces to this level, not minding if it had closed or not, you know, you can see now. Eventually, it's still coming and it's looking like it's going to close bearish. Can you please explain the impact business news? Explain the impact business news have on the market. Okay, good. Like I said, I think that was on day one. We are technical traders, okay, so we don't actually focus much on fundamentals, on news, economic reports, and all of those things. Does that mean they don't affect the market? No, they do. So if you go to, I think it's forexfactory.com, forexfactory.com, you are going to see how all of this news get released on a day-to-day basis, okay? But one significant thing is this. Let's look at this scenario for an example. If you are an investor, Debbie, you are an investor, you have a lot of money, you want to invest in a country, you are looking for a country where your money is going to thrive, okay? So you heard about Nigeria, you heard about Boko Haram, you heard about corruption, you heard about the insecurities the government, have caused in the town. You heard about so many, 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 many negative things. And on the other hand, but of course, you look at the population, and if with the population, yeah, my business will thrive. There'll be a lot of people to patronize me and all that. On the other hand, you look at another country, there is peace, there's calmness, there's no so much stress, no inflation, and then you have a lot of money to invest. Which of these countries are you very likely to choose? Which of these countries are you very likely to choose? I'm sure you want to look at the other country where there's stability because you don't want to lose your money. All right, so it's like that also. If I have an opportunity to, buy, maybe shares or stocks into companies, and I'm looking at Tesla for an example. I look at the fact that they have an amazing project they are doing. They are domiciled in the US. They are making a lot of sales right over there. I want to just be swift to more like go into them, put my money in them because they have a solution, they have a technology, they have a product that people are using and people will still continue to use in our world today, which is electric cars. On the other hand, you have $1 billion and someone is telling you, come and invest in Pojo, come and buy shares in Pojo. You know Pojo now, like what we call Peugeot, which is one car company that is already going into extinction. You don't want to go put your money in there, right? So it's a very, very similar situation. When there is a negative news about one economy, what do you think will happen to their currency? What do you think will happen? A lot of people would panic, right? Because money is involved here. People would panic, and then, of course, market makers use this also to their advantage. So if you look at this kind of movement now, very likely, even though technically price was meant to come down, but all this news, they push things faster. So here you have about 70 pips movement in just the space of 1 hour, right? Technically, I hope I'm communicating very well on this one. The news doesn't actually create the direction for the market in itself. Many times the news only help price to get to where it's meant to get to so fast. But there are times whereby maybe some news, some information will come out, maybe it's false, but people have already believed in it first. Price may first go in the opposite direction so fast, and then before you know it, start going back in the ideal way to, that price is actually meant to go. So yes, if you check out Forex Factory every day, the red folder news, which we also refer to as high impact news, they are usually stronger. For an example, FOMC is going to be happening for USD. What date is that? I think it's later today, November 25th. So if you are trading USD at this point in time, honestly, me, I won't check. I don't check this thing like from time to time. That's why I make sure when I'm taking a trade, set my stop loss at the right place, put my TP at the right place. Of course, the news would come. Sometimes it may take you out of a trade, but you can't just put your focus on it. Nice, yes. This is GJ playing out so correctly. Just as we've said, if you had waited for this candle to close, it's still a trade. Then now, if you waited for this candle to close before you entered, your stop loss is going to be above this particular week, above this particular level. That's where you put your stop loss. All right. And then your take profit. So if you have about 15 pips stop loss, which is still cool, and then your profit is about 17 pips. So this trade is about 1:1. 1:1. Okay, so we're out of Euro USD for now. Nice. See USD You can shoot a sell here, right? This is a good setup. It doesn't get better than this. Let me see what this is looking like on each one. Okay. Okay, let's do this now. I want to take another opportunity of this pair because I'm certain that price is going to buy. All right, so with the close, price should close above this level, above this new level I just drew. And then I see a bullish candle on M30 or thereabout. I'll take another buy opportunity, and that will be my last on Euro USD for the day. That means if it doesn't happen, I've taken 2 stop loss. One is 10 pips. I don't know where the other will be yet until we see how this plays out. GG on the other hand is doing the Lord's work. So guys, it's as simple as this. One of the things you would always need is the simplicity. If not that I had to do a teaching and all, I don't usually open so much pairs like I'm doing today because you need to be able to follow one through. Just look out for one pair and give it your best shot. Like try to follow it through. Ensure that it takes you to a point whereby you make money from it. Okay. Ensure it takes you to a point whereby you make money from it. Just follow one through. One pair is, except maybe when you open your pair for the day and then you look at the setup, it's not nice. So you can close that one, go look out for another pair. You don't actually have to trade all the pairs. You don't have to trade all the pairs, okay? All right, so is there any question? If there's no question, I think it's about time we call it a day, you know. Okay, someone is asking, how do you backtest? How do you backtest? Honestly, I'm just going to, if you check out my YouTube channel, I have a backtest video. I have so many videos right over there, you know, that will be very helpful to you. Okay, so backtesting is, I can't go through that now. Like, let me see if I can find that link. Oh, good, I found it. I don't know if you can chat me up on WhatsApp, so, or let me see if I can drop the link right on the stream. So that will help your backtesting. That's a link. I just dropped a link on YouTube. That's a link to backtesting video. So, all right, guys. In the absence of any other question, you could personally monitor these charts, you know, but I think we're done for the day. All right. Everyone watching on YouTube, please do subscribe to my channel. Do like the videos. Even if you're not watching from YouTube, go over there, drop some encouragement right over there. So it will really go a long way in motivating me to keep doing these things. You know. Thank you. Thank you. Zoom people, I'm not sure I can give you the link. I'll drop it on WhatsApp by testing. Right, big ups everyone. Okay, so enjoy the rest of today. It's been an amazing time for me, honestly. I always love to teach. I swear, like it's one of the best things I just love to do.